A ruined fortress. The air hangs thick with the smell of blood and ozone. The survivors of the demon attack are battered and exhausted. They were reeling. The assault from Griffith's minions had been relentless, a tide of grotesque nightmares, threatening to drown them all. Only by the skin of their teeth had they managed to hold back the demonic wave. Farnese arriving on horseback, looking weary but determined.
Are you all right? What happened here?
Farnese, ever the reluctant savior.
Farnese, you arrived just in time, thank the heavens. We are barely able to hold them back. The shame of it stung. Reliant, yet again, on outside forces. We needed to get our act together.
Look now. This light. It's not something we Kushan possess. With this light in hand, we could even challenge the Falcon of Light himself.
The witches began their incantations. A surge of raw power filled the air, coalescing into searing beams of light. A chorus of demonic screams as the beams obliterate the remaining demons. As the crowd roars victory! We did it! Praise the witches, Pucks, flitting around excitedly.
For real. At this rate, Guts won't even have to lift a finger to clean up.
They did pretty good. The Kushan warriors and those guys from Elf Island, they're strong.
Oh.
Puck is suddenly serious. Something was amiss. Puck sensed it. Puck is flying off in a panic.
Guts needs me.
Samurai is approaching the boy. Sternly he said, Boy, why do you stand idle? We must be off. More enemies are going to arrive at this rate. But before they could react, a shadow slid down the staircase. A hulking form wreathed in darkness. The sound grating of metal as chains are effortlessly severed. Guts is staring, eyes narrowed, voice barely a whisper in his own mind.
There you are, at last, my angel of death, come reap my soul.
The demon is smirking, a predatory gleam in its eyes. The demon tensed, claws extending, ready to rend flesh. But Guts, he didn't move. He just sat there, resigned. Then, a blur of steel, a thwack of finality, a sound of a sickening crunch as the demon is impaled and ripped apart. The demon is gurgling, eyes wide with surprise and pain, he says.
Well done, young master.
And then, silence, as its lifeless corpse fells into the cold ground. Guts, staring blankly, the shock slowly registering on his face. His end, his obsession, gone. Then, the young prince, striding forward, face contorted with fury, grabbing Guts by the collar and lifting him with surprising strength. He says,
What, you? Why did you just sit there? Why, you old dog?
The young prince, brimming with anger and confusion. How could this legendary warrior, this berserker, just give up? The old man arrives and rushing forward, horrified. He says,
Young master! No! This is too dangerous!
The young master is shaking Guts violently.
Answer me, you cur. Why did you welcome death?
Topasa! Get the young master to safety! Now!
The sound of shuffling feet as the guards intervene, trying to pull the prince away, as the young prince is struggling, shouting over his shoulder. He says,
Answer me, Guts. Why did you let death win?
The prince's words hung in the air. A condemnation. Guts as he is slumping against the chains. A hollow laugh escaping his lips. As he is surrounded by the carnage, he was a broken man. Suddenly we switch scenes, and we see a young girl is running towards Rickert. panicking.
Rickert.
Erica.
As he feels relief seeing she is safe, they went for a tight embrace. Erica in trembling voice. And tears welling up, she says,
I was looking for you. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine. Just a few scratches.
But Silet's telepathic message. Will this become a war zone too? Will we have to flee to some other land again?
As she is looking around at the devastation, and the fear in her eyes mirrored the fear in everyone's hearts. Rickert hugged her tighter, and a determined glint in his eyes.
I won't let that happen, Erica. I promise.
As Rickert thinks what is the best for everyone in this cruel world. Then the scene cut to the little witch, which is sleeping meanwhile, in her astral form, searched for hope, for a sign. As her eyes widening, thinking to herself,
Over there.
A distant light, beckoning. Then a rush of wind and magic, as she is flying through the light, emerging into a breathtaking vista. A colossal tree, reaching towards the heavens. Below, the retreating demonic forces. And beyond, an angelic city, which in the certain shows a giant castle shrouded in darkness. As she is determined, thinking to herself,
I will find you, Miss Casca.
The search continues. The hope flickers, but the shadow of Griffith looms large.